Imagine living in a kingdom where getting old is considered a crime. Imagine a world where the ruler thinks that once you have gray hair, you are useless to society. It sounds like a nightmare, right? But for a young farmer named Ishamu, this was his reality. He was given a terrible order: take his beloved mother up a mountain and leave her there alone forever. He had to choose between obeying the law or saving the person who gave him life. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about how true love and hidden wisdom can defeat even the cruelest rules. This is a tale that might just change how you look at the elders in your own home. Once upon a time, in a small village at the foot of a large mountain, lived a young man named Ishamu. He was a hard worker, but he was poor. He lived with his elderly mother. They didn't have much, but they had each other, and that was enough. They shared a very quiet and happy life, growing rice and enjoying the evenings together. But their happiness was cut short. The ruler of their land, a young and arrogant feudal lord, had a terrible belief. He thought that old people were just extra mouths to feed. He believed they had no strength to work and therefore no value to his kingdom. So he made a cruel law. He announced that anyone over the age of 70 must be taken into the deep mountains and left there to die. This was called the Law of Abandonment. The village was filled with sadness, but no one dared to disobey the Lord. He was powerful and feared. When Ishamu's mother turned 70, his heart broke into 1,000,000 pieces. He looked at his mother, who had raised him with so much care, and he couldn't imagine life without her. But the law was the law. With a heavy heart, Ishamu cooked some unpolished rice and put it in a gourd for his mother's journey. He lifted her onto his back. She was so light, fragile like a dried leaf. He started climbing the steep mountain path. The road was long and difficult. As they climbed higher and higher, deeper into the forest, Ishamu noticed something strange. He heard the snapping of small twigs. He turned his head and saw his mother reaching out to the trees, snapping off small branches and dropping them quietly on the path behind them. "Mother," he asked, holding back his tears. "Why are you doing that?" His mother replied softly. "My son, the mountain paths are winding and dangerous. You might get lost on your way back home. I am marking the path so you can return safely." Ishamu stopped. He fell to his knees. Here he was, carrying her to her death, and all she worried about was his safety on the way back. This is often called the story of the aged mother. And in that moment, Ishamu made a decision. "I will not leave you," he cried out. "We will go down together. Even if the Lord punishes me, I will hide you." He covered his mother with leaves and branches to hide her from others on the path, and they went back down under the cover of night. When they got home, Ishamu dug a deep floor beneath the kitchen. It was like a small hidden room. He hid his mother there. For months, he fed her and talked to her in secret. It was a scary time, but he was happy she was safe. Time passed, and the arrogant lord wanted to boast about his power. He decided to test the intelligence of his people, or perhaps just to tease them. He sent out a decree demanding that the villagers accomplish a seemingly impossible task. He announced, "I want someone to bring me a rope made of ash." The villagers were terrified. "A rope made of ash? If you burn a rope, it just turns to dust. You can't pick it up." Everyone panicked. If they couldn't do it, the Lord might punish the whole village. Ishamu was worried too. He went down to his secret room and told his mother about the Lord's demand. His mother thought for a moment. Her eyes, full of years of experience, lit up. "It is not impossible, my son," she said. "Make a rope of twisted straw. Then soak it in salt water for a long time. After it is soaked, let it dry. Then place it on a flat stone and burn it carefully. The salt will hold the shape of the ash." Ishamu did exactly as she said. He made the rope, salted it, dried it, and burned it on a stone. When the fire died down, there it was, a perfect rope made of white ash holding its shape on the stone. He carefully took the stone to the Lord's palace. The Lord was amazed. "How did a simple farmer like you know how to do this?" the Lord demanded. Ishamu trembled. He knew he couldn't lie anymore. He bowed his head low and told the truth. He told the Lord that he had hidden his mother, and it was her wisdom that solved the puzzle. It was the wisdom of the grandmother that had saved the day. The Lord sat in silence. He looked at the rope of ash and then at the young man. He realized that while young people have strength, Old people have wisdom that comes from years of living, wisdom that keeps a country safe. The Lord stood up and said, "I have been wrong. A kingdom needs more than just strength of youth. It needs the wisdom of age." From that day on, the cruel law was abolished. The Lord ordered that all elders be treated with respect and honor. Ishamu and his mother lived the rest of their days in peace, no longer hiding in the dark. So friends, this wasn't just an emotional story about a rope and a mountain. It is actually one of the best stories about mother you will ever hear because it reminds us of a parent's selfless love. In the world of English fairy tales, we often look for magic, but here the real magic was wisdom. It serves as a heart-touching story that teaches us that every generation has value. If you enjoy Japanese folk tales like this, you know they are more than just entertainment. They are a wisdom story for our own lives. We should always respect your parents because their experiences are lessons for us. These kinds of moral stories in English are perfect life lessons to share with everyone. Truly, these are inspiring stories that can change how we treat the people around us. If this story touched your heart, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a story that feeds your soul. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.